All right, it's TLC Talk. It's Wednesday. I got a lot to get to, talkers. First of all, who on the 90 Day Fiance franchise is apparently a sugar mama and she ain't getting any D? We want to know about that. Also, we want to know about Kim Menzies, formerly of Usman, coming after Usman's exes. Do they deserve it? And who in the TLC franchise has donated $6,200 to political candidates, but claims they're having a hard time paying a mortgage? Ooh, we got a full house. It's a full house of stuff. Welcome to the Sarah Fraser Show. Just to reset, because I know that thousands of new people are checking out the podcast. I'm Sarah Fraser, longtime pop culture podcaster. I started back in radio. If you ever lived in the DC region, Tampa, Florida, Louisville, Kentucky, Cincinnati, Ohio, Memphis, Tennessee, or listen to Sirius XM, I'm talking from like 2007 to 2013. I'll date myself slightly. I was on The Kane Show. It was a very popular radio morning show. The Kane Show on Hot 99.5. I'm that Sarah. People like find me on TikTok now. They're like, wait, are you that Sarah Fraser? Yes, it's me. You also might have seen me. I was a longtime contributor at Fox 5 DC until recently because I moved to Los Angeles, and I love my Fox family. They were incredibly good to me. You'll see me pop up there when things are going on the podcast too. And then in the meantime, I've done everything in between. People go, wait, I feel like I know you. Well, I'm on Lifetime's Married at First Sight, their kickoff show, their mid-season show coming up. I've been on After Party, HBO's Crashing. It was my only moment in acting. I hated it. I mean, I loved HBO's Crashing, like Pete Holmes and Jessica Kirson, who are both comics, unbelievably kind, amazing people. It's just being an actor is not for me. I have ADD. I like to be doing something new every day. I loved morning radio because, except for the hours, I hated getting my ass up at 3:30 in the fucking morning. But I love morning radio because every day it was different. You interact with people. People tell you their whole lives. When you're an actor, you're literally on set for 12 hours and it takes so long. The lighting, they have to tape like all the lights so they know where the lighting's at. Then they have like a body double for you and they have to make sure like the body double is in the place that you are. It's so tedious. Like I don't know how people act. Like no thanks. I mean, I guess if you enjoy like being down time or whatever in a trailer and then a lot of good craft eating services, but no thanks. Okay. And if you're like a method actor, how do you method act on these sets? Because it's like 5 hours for them to set one fucking scene for you to talk for 2 minutes. If you're like pretending to be Abe Lincoln the whole time, what are you doing? I mean, no thanks. So anyway, that's why I've pursued being a talk show host. And here we are. I distribute podcast episodes every single day for you. I'm known for my TLC interviews, my obsession with shows like Welcome to Plathville, 90 Day Fiance, Sister Wives. So there's a little reset. Also, I'm married. I have a son. I'm working on having another baby. I hated children until I was 35. And then like my biological clock kicked in and now I'm obsessed. I just did an astrology class with Deborah Silverman and my North Node, which is not a planet, but it's like a configuration of, I don't know. Okay. I don't know what it is really, but anyway, it's like some sort of sign on your astrological chart that determines like your destiny, like what you're going to be really good at. And mine's a mom. And it's like all I want to do. I love being a mother. All right. So welcome to the show. If you're new to the podcast, I'm so grateful you're here. I hope you love it. I want to hear your feedback. I'm also on TikTok and Reddit. Just search the Sarah Fraser Show. You can comment anywhere you like. Let's get into everything we have to talk about. Let's start with Welcome to Plathville. Speaking of, that's the show that got me into being a TLC fanatic. Last week, season 5, Romeo episode was where we begin to see what a lot of people are calling the demise of Olivia Plath and Ethan Plath's marriage. And it has to do with a specific scene. They're in the middle of the winter. They've moved to Minneapolis where Ethan is doing donuts in a parking lot. And Olivia is traumatized. She says, stop. I've been in car accidents. This is traumatic. There are like other cars kind of coming in and out of the parking lot. And he like doesn't give a rip. Okay. Olivia's sister Lydia is in the car and her man. And he's like wheel it, doing donuts. I mean, this dude seems like a street racer out here in LA. It is like wild. And then they go to the confessional and the two of them are so distant. He's like, I don't get what's the big deal. And she's like, this is so traumatic for me. Are you kidding? I've been in car crashes. I told you to stop. You didn't listen to me. I wanted to get out. You wouldn't let me. A lot of people are saying this is the tipping point of the beginning of the end of their relationship. Now, there have been rumors online. They are completely done. I told you guys, she put up a video explaining more about Kim's alleged MLM fraud with Ethan. In that video, no wedding ring, which she hasn't had for a while. People have tracked that since January. And I don't know that I find Olivia to be pretty transparent. I think she's pretty true to who she is. I don't think they're together. They haven't had pictures online together in a very long time. I think they're separated. And at the end of that video, she says, you know what? This will probably get me in trouble, but I'm not associated with that family anymore. And I'm so grateful. I think they are done. And I think that scene was the beginning of the end. Okay. Welcome to Plathville this season. I think it's pretty good. You're seeing Kim Plath dating. You know, she's dating Isaac's flight instructor. Girlfriend is out. She didn't miss a beat, did she? She ditched the Bearmeister and she's in there she's like telling the guy, you know, give me a kiss, give me a kiss. She's down in Florida with him. She's moved to Florida with him. Now, they haven't filed for divorce. Barry and Kim have not officially filed for divorce. They are not divorced. So a lot of people still have the speculation, is this because they're going to reconcile? I tend to believe it's more for finance sake. I think they own a couple of properties. I think they've done fairly well financially. And that's why you're seeing the delay in the divorce. Let's move on to the sugar mama, who apparently is paying all the bills and not getting any D. So of course, I'm referring to Nikki from 90 Day Fiancé season 10. Nikki and Justin, aka Igor, but Nikki made him change his name. They're the ones that are getting all the attention on this show. Now, a lot of people are mixed bag about this. They're like, great. I'm tired of talking about Jasmine and Gino, who are also on season 10. A lot of people feel like Nikki is another scammer, that she's just trying to promote her music career, that she and Igor or Justin really ain't together. He ain't attracted to her. She's 47. He's like 36. But, you know, we're seeing more and more in the episodes. And again, I'm not like loving, I just think there's so many other TLC shows now that I love so much better. 1,000-Pound Sisters, Welcome to Plathville, Sister Wives, The Family Chantel coming up. I'm getting a little tired of the 90 Day franchises. I just am. I loved season 9 of 90 Day Fiancé. I'm having a hard time still getting into season 10. I just am. But Nikki's reportedly paying all the bills. I think you guys have seen this if you watch the episodes. I mean, Justin's had plastic surgery procedures that she's paid for, his workouts. He's now a trainer. I mean, she went to Moldova. Everything he wants, she's paying for, and he ain't putting out. Now, that's not how sugar mama works. And I've had several of them on my show. Okay. If you're a sugar mama or a sugar daddy, you expecting your babe to be putting out. Well, Nikki ain't getting any, as we're seeing on the show. And it's like apparently, leading up to a blow up. So we will see. A lot of people are talking about that online. Why is she a sucker? Unfortunately, she's getting a lot of criticism because of her plastic surgery. She's had a lot. She's had $1 million in procedures. It's a lot. A lot for me. But anyway, that's sort of the biggest news that's coming out of 90 Day Fiancé that people are talking a lot about. Then if you follow Gabe, before the 90 days, remember Gabe, who's trans, Danielle and Jen. Jen was with Rishi. Well, Jen, Danielle, and Gabe, all from before the 90 days, were in Florida celebrating Pride. Congrats to them. They look like they were having a great time. Always good to see, I think, cast members hanging out outside of the show. The other big thing, let's move on to Kim Menzies. Now, Kim Menzies, before the, she's been on a couple of different franchises before the 90 days, 90 Day Single Life. I think I'm getting them all correct. Oh, God. You know what I'm saying? This is like what's so hard to tell. I mean, they have so many fucking franchises. Here's how you know Kim. Kim was with Usman, and they did 2 separate series before they broke up. All right. Well, she did a video last week coming out against Lisa Baby Girl. Lisa Baby Girl, and Kiera. Okay. Ooh. Now, Lisa Baby Girl, Kiera, and Kim have all been, Kimbali, have all been on this podcast. And basically, Kim's calling them out that says that Kiera and Lisa talk shit. She says Lisa's basically a stalker and she's tired of the drama. That Lisa Baby Girl messaged her sister a few months before her sister became ill and then went on to pass away. This is what Kim alleges. Lisa, she says she was even in Nigeria one time when Lisa Baby Girl called Usman 36 times. She says Lisa Baby Girl is obsessed. And, Kiera talks shit. They won't stop talking shit about Kim and Usman. All right. Let me get into this. Now, I've had all three of these women on the show. This man is magical because I will tell you, he has got a magic dick. Now, none of them like to admit that. None of them say that, but they all love to talk about this man. Now, Usman and Kim sort of have this mutual agreement, I think, okay, where they don't say anything negative about each other publicly at all. Why is that? I think it's because, Kim now is doing pillow talks. She's she's a part of the TLC fam. And I think they want to potentially have Kim back on because Kimberly is a fan favorite. And so is Jamal, her son. Kimberly is apparently was going to go on a date with Riley, who Riley and Violet, on a recent 90-day franchise. So I think it behooves Kim to keep everything and Usman as well, because I think Usman was trying to get on another season of 90 Day Fiancé. Clearly, it does so well for all these individuals' cameos and music careers. I mean, it's great to be on television. The only people, there's no one that doesn't want to be on TV, The only downside of television, as I say, is not being on it. It's the truth. There is no downside to being on TV. I don't care if you're on House of Villains. I don't care if you're on it. There's no downside. So now, why are Lisa and Kiera still talking about it? I mean, I do think these women are scorned. I do think these women feel like they have a vendetta against Usman, that Usman is a player. He's lied. I mean, Lisa is gone on to get remarried. And I asked Lisa this in the episode that I did with her. I said, you do seem a little obsessed with this man. Like you can't let it go. And I can't even remember her response to that. What was it? What'd she say? Somebody go back and listen and then DM me. I don't even know what she says, but I think she said no. And Kiera, I get a little bit more because Kiera really thought they were together. And then she basically says in person, he totally shifted and was almost like kind of verbally aggressive towards her. I don't want to say abusive. That's like such a strong allegation. And I don't think she said that, but I can't remember. Can someone go back and listen to that episode too? Can y'all? I got to get a producer. I've said this. I'm talking to a wonderful woman. She may have to become the producer. Anyway, or my brother-in-law. I don't know. Someone's got to become the producer of this podcast because I can't keep all the facts straight anymore. It's like getting too much. So when I call these women obsessed, like people are like, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? They're also referring to your podcast where all these women talked about Usman. I don't recall Lisa or Kiera saying anything negative about Kim whatsoever. I don't. Now, I think Kim is alleging behind the scenes they're doing these things because Kiera and Lisa Baby Girl are friends. Look, it's good for everybody to stay in the spotlight. That's I think kind of part of the reason. And the truth of the matter is Usman did get involved with all these women. Now, is it fair that they're kind of coming after Kimberly because Kimberly feels like she's being bullied? Well, I hope they're not doing that, because Kimberly is loyal to him for whatever reason, whether it's to stay on TV or she genuinely has a soft spot for him. But I mean, the common denominator here is Usman. He's the one that's like all over the internet talking to everybody. So hopefully they can keep that in the forefront. Angela Deem and Michael. Angela Deem, another fan favorite that people either hate or love to hate. Most recently on Last Resort with Michael. Okay, she's getting a ton of shit because she is doing a breast cancer awareness event this month and people are mad because she's still a smoker. Like, give me a break. You think that there's nobody across the country that works at a breast cancer event or is a public figure that smokes? I mean, Gwyneth Paltrow admits to having a cig once a week. And I think she's probably donated or done something with breast cancer awareness. Anyway, people are coming for Angela Deem. Like, fuck you. Not really fuck you, but they're like, screw you. You smoke all the time and you're promoting. Yeah, well, hopefully God, nothing happens to her. But she's also raising money using her awareness. I mean, it's just so funny what people are outraged about now. So I say, get it. Good for you. Good for you, Angela Deem. To hell with the haters. Angela and Michael still together on and off. New pictures surfacing. So that's never going to end. Oh, I wanted to go back to Usman, though. The reason I brought up Usman as well is Usman now is apparently meeting up with another 90-day fiance character, Courtney Reardon. Did I say that right? No, probably not. Courtney Reardon. Do you remember her from before the 90 Days season 1? They've been commenting on each other's Instagram and are apparently meeting up, I think in Istanbul. What? Who in the what? How did this man must be in everybody's DMs. And like the women are fighting with each other. Forget that. This is why the drama continues, because Usman, all these men, once they get in the night, all these men, Scott Wern, I say, oh God, who was that? Who's that crazy guy? Who's that Cedar? Josh Cedar, who faked his own death or whatever and then said he was hacked? Police. They all, once they get a taste of these 90-day women, they just work the gamut. I mean, they really do. So we'll follow this. How do I know that Usman and Courtney are going to meet up? Well, they were commenting on each other's Instagram and leaving comments. There you have it. I mean, I can't even believe it. Anyhow, wild. So he may be again. Look, Courtney, all I'm saying is this man wants to continue to be on 90-day franchises. It's good for his cameos. Chrissy Teigen was like the first one to get a cameo from Usman. It's good for him. He knows it. So Courtney, proceed with caution or come back on TV. She's a realtor. Be great for her business. You know what I mean? Look at all the Beverly Hills people that are doing well. Mauricio, Josh Altman, Josh Flagg. They're doing great from reality TV. So, if you're a realtor, get on reality TV. Let's talk Sister Wives. What's going on in the Sister Wives universe? Garrison, Janelle's son, has escaped to Europe after all the controversy over the past couple of episodes. My assumption is this trip was probably planned. I don't think it was like anything out of the ordinary. But anyway, Garrison has gone to Europe. He looks like he's having a ball on his Instagram. Things are going well. Cody is the one, the TLC cast member, who has reportedly donated $6,400 to Republican potential political candidates over the past almost 4 years. He's made 40 contributions, including $520 to Vivek Ramaswamy, who's running for president, the Republican ticket. A lot of people are saying, wait a minute, I thought y'all couldn't pay the mortgage on the $820,000 Coyote Pass. I thought Robin's a mess with finances. They got plenty of cash. $6,400, I mean, over the past 3 years, yeah, they got plenty of cash. I guarantee they're making a lot now from Sister Wives. A lot. This is a monster show. Hopefully they've got agents that are behind the scenes getting them insane payouts per episode. And I mean, I think the whole thing with Coyote Pass, there's still a mortgage on it, but I mean, what are you going to do? He's separated from Janelle. Mary doesn't want to be there. Christine certainly doesn't want to be there. She's in Utah. She's bought a house with David Woolley, her husband. So, I mean, what are they going to do with Coyote Pass? They're probably going to sit on it till it increases. Maybe he and the Rob Dog build a place. I mean, it's really hard to say. Anyhow, a lot of good shows out, though. A lot of good shows. And, we're going to be getting The Family Chantel here coming up 1st of November. So that's going to be epic. And hopefully we're getting 1,000-Pound Sisters coming back December, January of 2024. So hoping for that. I will keep you posted. Follow me on TikTok at The Sarah Fraser Show. If you ever have any interesting tips on some of these fabulous people that are on reality TV, hit me up, The Sarah Fraser Show at gmail.com. By the way, at the end of this episode, I replay Monday's recap of Sister Wives, season 18, episode 10, if you missed it. Bye, everybody.